We're very, very close.
But what's very close? Because I thought 96,000 seems very close to 100,000, but not in the world of downloads.
We're over 99,000.
Whoa.
I mean, listen, if this comes out next Tuesday, I'm hoping that means
that will be, so we can't say a big announcement today because we haven't gotten there yet. It's going to have to be a TBD daily on our stories.
I know.
Maybe we do like a little ticker.
I think we're going to have to.
One of those thermometers.
We got to be clever. Listen, you guys, hopefully by the time you're hearing this, it's done. It's done.
I'm showing it.
Over and over. Is it the thermometer?
It looks like I'm drawing a D.
A D. This is a thermometer. Yeah. That's what she's trying to show.
It's the mercury, and it's going up, 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 up.
Again, have you listened to the clutter?
I'm listening. I listened on the way here.
Because at the beginning, it sounds like a telethon. Yes. We're like, call now. Get your subscription now. It's very, very telethon. And so I think a mercury thermometer is.
I loved watching telethons growing up.
I did too.
Doesn't surprise anybody, I'm sure.
I did too. And I think when Kanye said the thing.
What did he say? What did he say?
You'll remember.
Okay.
He was with.
I love how you say, you don't remember every time, as if I've proven myself as a very memory-heavy gal.
It will trigger for you.
Okay.
He was with Michael, what's-his-face, and it was the Hurricane Katrina telethon.
Okay.
And so they're going back and forth. They're telling stories from Katrina. There's boots on the ground. Then they come back in the studio. Kanye's talking. Michael's talking. And then out of nowhere, Kanye looks dead into the camera and says, George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Oh, that was the telethon he did that?
That was a telethon. And I actually think, we're going to look it up, that might have been the last celebrity telethon ever.
Maybe.
Because I can't think of one since then.
Because I don't believe that they did a telethon for COVID. They just did that Imagine song.
Yeah, they did do the stupid Imagine song. Nobody cares what celebrities think.
All the people.
Oh my gosh,
and it was
so
every
cringe.
Celebrity singing from their mansion.
It's so cringe. I can't. You're so out of touch. You're singing from your mansion. People are literally dying in these streets. Their small businesses are being closed.
People are literally dying, Kim.
But you're releasing a single to keep us all united. Shut up.
It did not unite us.
It backfired.
Another
one on that same line is
when. Did anyone like it? I really do want to know. Did any of our podcasts? Did you listen to that and you were like, God, celebrities, they're just like us in COVID.
Did you feel inspired?
Like were you inspired? Did you start to imagine?
You know who else did one of these that was so cringe and backfired? When Kylie Jenner did the Pepsi commercial.
Oh, that wasn't good. Ooh. Was it Kylie or Kendall?
Oh, it was Kendall. I'm sorry.
Kendall? Okay.
It was Kendall. And she gave the Pepsi to the soldier.
Because I can't remember most things, but I got the Kardashian who did the Pepsi commercial. Don't worry.
She's got it, you guys. She's got it. That was bad.
That was not good
because it was like people rioting in the streets and the police officers and the tear gas. And here comes Kendall with the Pepsi.
I can fix it. Here comes a Kardashian with a big idea. I can fix this. It just goes to show you that those Kardashians really do think that they are top.
They do.
They do. They have been convinced of their own brand that we can fix everything.
We can fix everything and everybody cares.
And that was not it.
It's not the truth.
It's not the truth. That's for sure because there's only one truth. Capital T.
The capital T and the capital HIM.
You know. Okay, you thought I looked unwell the other day. Let's go back to it.
Yeah. I just,
Kristin said, how's your physical health? When I got in this room, she looked me up and down and she said, how are you?
Okay, because here's why.
Physically.
Here's what it is. I want to make sure that you're eating enough.
I am eating enough. I'm actually, I walked in with food today.
Okay.
And I ate half of it on the way here.
And I'm kind of glad we're saying this on the record.
Say it on the record.
Everybody to hear it because I am your bestie.
Of course.
I'm looking out for you.
Yes.
As is, I'm sure, your family.
Yes.
But I want the podcast to know that I'm looking out.
That she's addressed it.
And I'm watching.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to make sure that you're good. That you're eating enough.
I am.
Because let me say this. I don't care if you want to become a bodybuilder, right?
I don't
care.
I don't. On the record, hear me say it now. I don't.
I don't either because working out still sucks.
The heaviest weight I am still lifting is 6 pounds. And I don't know that I'm going to 8. I'm saying it right here, right now. And I go down to 3s. And today I dropped the 3s and went to 0s and just did my fist.
Zeros. You went to 0.
I made a 0 with my fist, and I said these are going to have to be good enough.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The reason I say that is become a bodybuilder. If that is what you want your body to do and to look like, I want everybody to look and feel how they want to feel.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is I do want you to be well.
Yes.
I don't know the ins and outs of everything going in and out of your body every day. I don't know the food or the poop.
Yeah.
So I saw those stories and I thought,
you know what I think it is?
She just, I don't want to see you wither away.
I'm not. Y'all, I haven't lost a single pound in 6 weeks. If that helps anybody.
Okay. That actually does help my mind.
I haven't lost a single
pound.
pound.
I'm not trying to be that person that comes into your DMs and it's like, that's enough. Back in October, November, like, don't say that to people.
No, I've plateaued because I am weaning off of it.
You are. You're titering down.
Yes, I'm titering down and I've plateaued and I haven't lost a single pound in 6 weeks because I chart it all and I track it all. And so I think now what's happening is I don't think I'm going to lose anymore.
Okay.
I think I am where I am.
Looking at you, I think you look perfect. I think you've put in the work. You're putting on the muscle.
Yeah.
It's all happening. And I'm so delighted for you.
Yeah.
It's just, I am your best friend and I'm going to be the person to be like, are we Gucci good?
We're Gucci good.
And that you are feeling like vibrant and strong and alive.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think here's two things that have happened in the last few weeks.
A lot's been going on. I do know that.
I have had a lot going on and I'm going to give people the updates. If you are curious what I do all day. So I am going to let y'all know what I do all day. Number one. But I actually think that the pink hair is throwing off the coloring in my face.
Okay, maybe you're right.
Used to purple for so long.
Yeah.
That the pink hair, it's either making me look tanner or almost greener. Like it's like a sickly tan.
You know, on the color wheel, that would make sense because green is the opposite of pink and red.
And I think it's doing something to my skin.
Maybe you're right.
That is making me look a little green.
A little
bit. A little sickly.
Okay.
So there's that. So I think that the pink hair has thrown all of us off.
Okay.
Including me.
Okay.
I'm still doing it. I mean, I added more pink yesterday because the back was really losing the color quickly, as we discussed last time, because you start in the front and you go to the back, whatever. It doesn't matter. That's so stupid. Minute details. But so I think that the pink hair is throwing me off and it is making my coloring of my face look, I don't know, good, bad, and different, but I'm sensing that it's looking a different shade.
Yeah.
And I don't know it's better.
That makes sense, though.
I also haven't put on the tiniest bit of makeup to record last week.
Yeah.
Like I did a little bit of concealer, mascara, and bronzer on my eyes and some blush. I haven't put on like a full face yet
but
with
you've
the
been
hair.
So busy.
Yes.
And should we tell people why?
Yes, we can tell people why, but I do want to, in case anybody else is feeling the way that you are, I do want y'all to know, I believe I have plateaued.
Okay.
I believe that we are now where I'm going to be, and I'll be honest, it is 131.
Okay.
Which I was, the last time we updated y'all, I think I said I'm 131.
Yeah.
So it has been just
You're
like
still
this.
in that healthy BMI where
where
you can get your good life insurance.
Normal. Yeah,
okay, good.
I'm just under kind of the normal.
Okay, good.
And on the higher end of it. But I've just been just like this, staying steady.
Okay.
And there's a part of me, and I'm trying to check in with myself here, that was like, you got so close to 120s. You got so close. You haven't seen that number since maybe you got back from your honeymoon. A 1-2 something.
A 1-2 something.
A 1-2.
A 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep. You know exactly what I was doing.
We both went there.
And a 1. And Monica Geller on the erogenous zone chart, she was like, and a 1-2. A 1, 2,
What's
3.
the erogenous zone chart? What?
Friends?
I don't know anything about that.
Okay. There's a famous Friends episode where Monica is looking at a sheet of paper because I can't remember the lead up to it, but somebody was like, oh, women have this many erogenous zones.
Okay.
And so they're numbered all over this body chart on a sheet of paper.
Okay.
And so they're like, and so Monica's looking at it and she's like, oh yes. And so she starts naming the numbers like, well, you could do like a 2, 3,
Oh, yes.
a 1, 2, a 7, a 3, 7,
Yes.
a 5, 7, a 5, 4, a 7, a 7, a 7. And then she goes and just puts up, hold on, I'm trying to show YouTube.
Puts up a
Just
7.
Puts up a 7 and is like, like she like released.
Oh my gosh. Okay, did you watch all the Friends?
I'm sure I've seen all of them at some point, but it
Wow.
wasn't like this. It wasn't, I mean, I sat down on Thursday nights to definitely watch it. I was part of that whole generation. I was working at the television station as a PA to Mark Mathis when the last episode aired.
Aw.
We all watched it.
That's iconic.
It was iconic. So we're all in there in the TV station. We go live as soon as it ends. So I'm still crying.
Aw.
Other people are still crying. And then
Oh
we
my
have to go.
gosh.
And Mark Mathis goes, come up here. Come on. Tell them why you're crying. And he pulls me up in the middle of his weather report. And we have not been able to find it on YouTube, but we have found many other Mark Mathis pulling me on TV on YouTube.
How have you not shared or posted any of this? Oh, we will be. No,
That's
that.
a receipt coming.
We're doing a whole reel with that.
My kids watch it all the time to laugh.
I've never seen these.
Well,
Are you kidding?
I'm full of surprises.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
full of surprises.
I'm so excited to see this.
It's good.
Ugh.
Y'all, I look so much like little Miranda graduating that day. My hair has grown a little longer.
But you've got like the pantsuit on.
You know it.
Yeah.
Well, this is when I was a PA, so I was behind the scenes at this point, but I had a lot of like Abercrombie corduroys.
Okay, yeah. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, it was
Well, that's
cute.
what the kids are doing now.
It all comes back around.
It all comes back around. All these people commenting
Yeah.
on that reel of yours. Do they?
Oh, did I
Did you
just
hear that? Hold on. Was that?
I was holding my cord.
But it's me.
Oh,
Wasn't it me?
you.
Can you hear you?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, we're
Okay.
back. All these folks commenting on your reel.
Uh-huh.
These ding dongs are now wearing what we wore in the
Thank
early
you.
aughts.
Thank you. And I went into Express with Lily 2 days ago, and there's so many great pantsuits
Yes.
still in Express.
Yes, I'm thinking about all these girlies now wearing the oversized blazers.
Oversized blazers are huge.
Oversized blazers, and they do wear it with like a little
A bandeau top.
a little
bandeau top.
tube top underneath, but they are wearing giant blazers. I have a feeling in 15 years they might look back and be like, "Wow, I look like a linebacker. Why was I wearing that?"
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not cute now, but I'm just saying it's the style now.
I want to wear an oversized blazer.
You can because you are sick.
Yeah, because I'm sick. So know this. There was a part of my brain that I was like,
You wanted to get into the 120s.
you're just so close. You're so
But
close.
I think part of that, if you had not been working out as hard as you have been,
Oh, I would have.
You would have, because
Yes.
but you do have all this muscle now.
that I'm trying to build. And
Yeah.
and I have to be comfortable with myself saying, why do you want that?
Yeah,
Why are you wanting that? Is it truly about a number?
yeah.
Or is it about some thing you've made up in your brain
Some
that's
validation.
success
Yeah.
or whatever? And so I'm having to really check myself going, yeah, 131 is pretty close to 129.9.
I'm
But
glad
I
to hear
don't-
you say this honestly, because I know you very well. I know you have self-awareness.
Yeah.
I know that you are a smart girly and you're
Yeah.
keeping yourself in check.
Absolutely.
But it is good to have other people
Hear it.
just checking
Yes.
in and saying, are we good? Are you
Yes.
feeling like
I'm-
mentally you're in a good spot?
All of this is cycling through my
Okay.
brain, and I'm trying to remember, like, how many times are you thinking about this a day? Is it
Yeah.
overtaking you?
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
And so, how hard are you really wanting to work for that? And again, what is the motivation to get to 1, 2 something?
Yeah.
What is the motivation?
Yeah.
And so
I think honestly, if you stay, you're going to get where you get. But
Yeah.
the point is, when you are off of this, I don't want some number
yeah,
putting pressure on you
I don't either.
to be a certain way when it's really about our size and how our clothes fit. And y'all know I've been working out.
Mhm.
And ever since I started 2-3 weeks ago, I'm not weighing myself. And I said to Matt, not getting on the scale again.
Yeah.
Because
Never.
there's no point.
There's no point.
Because the point is I am trying to get some muscles. And I do know that that's going to make me way more,
Yeah.
in quotes, that's
But
fine.
it also is going to make you go like this.
Yes, like the point is, how are my clothes fitting? What are my energy levels? Do I feel stronger? That is what matters
And for
to me.
you, that does make sense. Okay,
does.
I'm going to point at you.
Point
And
at
for
me
you-
with this
and
kitty
For you,
paw.
that does make sense because your clothes are the same size and always
Yeah.
have been.
Yeah, and I want to make sure I can stay in them.
Correct. For me, I just kept buying bigger clothes.
I know.
I just kept buying bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And
Yeah.
so I couldn't say it's about how my clothes are fitting.
Yeah.
And even for me now, I still have those sizes hanging in my closet because, I'm terrified of, well, if you fuck it all up and you just hang it all back, then you're going to really regret getting rid of those. And so that's all in the back of my head. There's enough.
Come bring it to my house. You should pack those clothes up.
Yeah.
I am not even kidding.
No, I'm going to pack them up because last time I saved all my skinny clothes. They're 10 years old.
Yeah.
And I can't wear them anyway because Lily tells me they're not cool. They're not in.
It's too chuggy.
They haven't cycled back around yet. All the chevron hasn't come back.
It will. Just watch. Watch me. Watch me.
Yeah.
Watch me.
So I have no skinny clothes and I have to get rid of the big girl clothes.
Okay.
Because they're not going to serve me sitting in there anyway.
They're not.
And so I get it.
I think even if you don't want to toss them or donate, give them to me. I'll put them in one of my closets.
You are trying to clean out your closet.
I'm just saying that I think if it's like it's just out of sight, it's out of your world.
A mental barrier.
But then you don't have to feel the guilt of like, I got rid of it and what if. Like, let me just store it for you.
No, Matt's going to listen and be like, no, you are cleaning out your stuff. But I do. All of this is going through my brain. I am trying to make sure that I am checking in about the whys, the motivation.
Yeah.
Why is that important to you? So is it really? Let's cycle through that.
Yeah.
And I am. And I am fine. If I stay at 131,
Yeah, girl.
I am okay with that. It keeps me in the normal range. It gives me a little bit of flexibility because there's a couple pounds before I kick back into the overweight range.
Okay.
And it just, I still feel like, okay, that's good. That's good.
It's not just good. It's great.
But considering from where I came from, absolutely.
But even still, like
I'm trying to watch my words here because numbers are so sensitive to people, and
They
I don't want people to hear. Well, 131 is great, which means 145 is bad. That's what I'm trying to be very careful.
Yeah.
For me, from where I started, 131 is great. But numbers are so individual. Individual, y'all.
But you know what I'll say? And we don't really like her, but on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, Anne Marie.
Yeah.
One of the first episodes that she was on, they were at Kyle's dinner, the weed party.
Yeah.
And they were getting to know her. And one of the other housewives was like, all right, tell us about yourself. Like age, height, weight. Like this other housewife was being silly.
Yeah.
But Anne Marie answered it honestly. And I think she said her weight was like 160. She was like 5'9", 160. And I loved that because number one, I think most of these housewives would never give their weight. And number two, you look at her, she is cut.
Like I said, the only thing she's giving me, great arms.
Arms?
I don't want to see her or hear her talk or anything about son's esophagus.
Yes.
But I do want to look at her arms. And I would like her to share that.
Yes.
Share your workout.
Before you get kicked off of Bravo, please drop the arm routine, Anne Marie. We do want to see
it's not just from doing, what were they playing, pickleball or tennis?
No. You can tell, like this, she works out. And I just love that she is like freely saying her weight because you can look at her with your eyeballs and go, this woman is fit.
Fit AF.
AF top to bottom. And so I guess what we're saying here today,
yes. I want to be
fit. And that's how I want to be too. Like we've got, as women, we've got to stop. We've got to get away from the scale. And it's got to be more about how do I feel? Am I strong? Are my clothes fitting?
Yep.
Am I feeling really good about myself? Am I getting enough protein in the day? Am I drinking enough water? Like this is what matters.
Yes.
This is what matters.
Agreed. Okay. But I'm okay. I have no makeup on today because my makeup is in my car, which Bella has, which I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I have not done my one curl for my money piece. And again, I think the pink is changing the coloring of my skin. And now I have a red shirt on with it. So
you do.
I'm just going to look a greener tan, a greener shade of olive. And I have olive skin anyway. And olive can pull browner or it can pull greener. But between the pink and the red, it's pulling green.
You know what the YouTube cover is going to look like.
What are you going to do?
Just
no. I can't wait.
Just no.
I can't wait. Oh, you're going to make me the green emoji over my face.
You're going to be so green.
Yeah. I'm unlike that alien movie or whatever. Like,
oh my gosh.
I do appreciate and I understand. And even today after Hilliard, I was, telling the girls like, this is my 6-month anniversary.
Yeah.
I've done 70 classes.
That's amazing.
In the 6 months. And Liz was like, how do you feel? Because your body has radically changed.
Yes, it
in
has.
6 months. And that's all she cares about. How
Yeah.
are you feeling? Are you feeling stronger? Because I'm noticing how much stronger you're looking. Are you seeing that?
Yeah.
I want to make sure you're seeing that and not just seeing all of the things you still wish you could change.
I know.
And so I do. I see myself looking stronger. And because my weight is staying the same, but the muscle is starting to build,
Yep.
I think that's why I'm starting to look smaller or more shapely.
And that's what's supposed to happen. When you are growing the muscle, those muscles,
it leans you out.
It leans you out because it's burning. Even after you're done working out, it's burning and those muscles are growing and it's shrinking the fat away, anything that's left.
Yeah. So that's what I think is happening too, which is making me look different, like especially in my face. And that is what's obvious, right? So if my coloring is looking greener and my face is looking thinner, then I do think it can get sick.
But also, and I think adding on to that, because I'm thinking back to the stories I was watching of you, I was like, I need a wellness check. I got to have a wellness check. Also, because you are still wearing your clothes that are bigger, it's giving a little bit like the clothes are hanging off of her. And I know your hesitation on getting new things, but I was going to ask you.
Now that I've plateaued, I do feel confident that I can go buy some new clothes.
Did you sign up for Newly? Was that for you?
That was for a follower.
Oh, okay.
One of our peeps asked.
Okay.
One of our peeps asked if you had a Newly code. So that wasn't for me. I think I will, but I did land a sponsored thing with Belk.
Yes! Oh my gosh.
Yes.
You know how I was feeling about that.
Yes. So
because I feel like Belk, this is a golden opportunity to have this beautiful woman who's feeling good and confident to show
sickly but beautiful
to show the new body
Yeah.
And get people excited for spring clothing and all of that.
That's what we're doing. We're doing like I think it's going to be called Back to Basics, because I'm saying, I need some basics. I need a good pair of denim that actually fits.
This is perfect.
I need a new bra.
Yes.
I need.
You did buy underwear.
I did buy underwear, everybody.
That's exciting.
You saw the receipt.
Woo!
I almost published it with my address and cell phone number.
No.
Because it's on your order. And I was like,
you did good.
Black that out really quickly. And so
good.
I'm gonna get a few tops, a few bottoms, a new bra, and it's gonna be like a back to basics.
That's perfect.
And yeah, I'm excited about it. So
Yay!
Just signed the contract, so I'll be bringing some belt content for y'all.
Oh, I'm so excited.
And then hopefully they'll want to do a bathing suit try on as well with me.
That would be good.
Because I've never done a Belk suit try on. I've done Amazon and Bowdoin and you know, all these other places, but Belk has some great suits.
They have great suits.
Great cover-ups.
Go to Belk, go to a Nordstrom. People, I think, sleep on the department store swim section.
Yes, they do.
I discovered this years ago because we all know trying on bathing suits, you don't know what size you're supposed to be.
No.
And they say in bathing suits, you're supposed to size up.
Mm.
Yes. Oh, yeah. You're supposed to size up 1 or 2 sizes in swimsuit.
And why do they say that?
I don't know.
Oh.
But I remember.
You're the fashion girly.
I know. But for some reason in swimsuit sizing, if you're a size 6, you need to get a size 8 in the swimsuit.
Mm.
But all I'm saying is go to the department stores, try stuff on.
Yeah.
In the very least, if you don't like a particular style, then you know in that brand, okay, I'm an 8 in this brand. Then I can go online and maybe see some other styles.
True. Well, I'm going to do that for us.
Yes.
I'm going to do that for us like I do every year. The bathing suit try-on is coming. I've started to order suits, and we'll see.
Are you like feeling
very nervous?
Feeling nervous?
Very nervous about this. Very nervous because still to this day, every time I post something where I show myself, people are like, "Oh my gosh, you've lost a lot of weight. What's the secret? How are you doing this?
How is this?
You look really different. What's going on? Have you lost a lot of weight?" And I'm like, Where you been? It's been 10 months.
Where you been?
And so then I feel like kind of an asshole writing back and saying, it's not a secret. I've actually been very vocal for the better part of 2023.
Yeah, almost a year.
Almost
in
a
April.
year.
Yeah.
I've been talking about this. We've done 5 podcast episodes. I've updated everyone weekly. It's in 2 weight loss highlight bubble. And so I get that not everybody sees everything. I'm not saying that. I'm not like so full of myself that I think everyone watches every single one of my stories like it's a sitcom. But once in 10 months?
Yeah, no.
Like,
You've got the highlight bubbles. You've
what's
got the
going on?
reels. It's clear.
So I just want to make sure people are realizing it's not a secret. I actually haven't been secretive at all. I've been one of the only people
That's
who's
right.
been saying that they're using this, and
That's true.
and a lot of other people aren't. And so I don't want to be lumped into that either.
No.
Which is all the more reason why I'm like, please don't say I've been secretive.
Let's be
not.
clear. That is the Karen Huger saying. Let's be clear.
Let's be clear. And she said it to us.
She did.
I was like, this is iconic.
It was so iconic.
Because she has said it to every housewife, Raven, her son,
Andy.
Andy. Everybody gets up. Let's be clear.
Let's be clear.
And when we sat down to talk to
She
her
said-
at the Four Seasons, she said, let's be very clear about it. And we were like, she did it to us. It was so exciting.
But I find myself saying it more. You know, Potomac's on right now. She's still saying it every episode. And I find myself saying to my children, my husband, to you, let's be clear.
I'm doing it too. If I watch a show, I start picking up
I
the
do.
habits of
I
these
do.
women.
Yeah, we're saying, I love that.
I love
It
changes our lexicon.
Bravo becomes me and I become Bravo.
Yeah.
And we become one.
It's a lifestyle.
It is.
It's a lifestyle and it's a choice and it's not for everybody, but it's for us.
It's for us.
I say that all the time.
So
We'll
speaking,
do a Bravo rush.
we are. We're
Yeah.
doing a Bravo Rush.
Yeah.
Speaking of people who don't know you've lost weight, let's talk about Jerry.
Okay. Yeah, she finally did say it to me last week. Have you lost weight?
Y'all, Jerry sees Miranda every week, multiple times a week. And
We eat dinner together multiple times a week.
and
We
she
see each
said,
other. I take her to lunch.
finally last week, looks like you've lost some weight.
You've gotten skinny. I'm like, yeah, I have, Grandma. Thank you for noticing.
Oh my gosh, that just made me giggle so much.
It makes me go every time I think about it. Okay, so big update on Jerry Antics is we move her in to her assisted living today.
Today is the
Like I
day.
leave from here to go to her new assisted living place. And I know that that's very hard for a lot of people because I feel like Jerry is all of our,
She is all of our grandma.
she's all of ours.
Many of us, I'd say majority of us,
Mhm.
do not have our grandparents anymore.
Yes.
Because now it's really the parents are aging. So for
Yeah.
you to still have a grandma and to be so close with her is rare. And you've been generous enough to share that with us for so many years.
Yeah.
And y'all, if you haven't listened to our Jerry Antics episodes, please go back. It's a 2-part episode.
So good. There's some people's, when we
So
said,
good.
what is your favorite episode?
Yeah.
A lot of people said Jerry Antics 1 and 2.
Isn't that sweet?
It is so sweet. And I think it speaks to a lot of things. Like you just said,
Mhm.
so many don't have theirs or have never really grown up knowing theirs.
Yeah.
And so when I started putting Jerry on Instagram, people were like craving this relationship that they didn't have. And they just said, well, she has enough grandkids. What's one more?
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's exactly what she would say to your face.
Yeah, she would.
And people do stop her out and about in public. And she has gotten to meet so many peeps along the way who come up and are like, you're my grandma. And she's like, great.
Oh my gosh.
I'll send you a Christmas card. I can't put cash in yours, but because I'm already giving out cash to 82 people.
Yes,
but
to so many family members.
yes, exactly. I have such a cute story about her address book I'll share too. But so what had happened?
Yeah, let's give the lead up.
The lead up is this. So my parents have a home.
Mm-hmm.
Like many
Many
people. Again, minute details.
Your parents have a home.
My parents have a home and they thought to think.
Yeah.
Okay, so when my grandpa and grandma needed to live with some people, but still independently,
Yeah.
my parents built an apartment onto their home.
Yeah.
And that apartment is over so they did a 4-car garage,
Mhm.
and then they did a full apartment above it,
Yes.
and then they put in an elevator.
Yes.
So that way, grandma and grandpa could pull right in. This is when my grandma was still driving. Could pull right in, get into the elevator, go up to their apartment, and still have their independent living.
Yes.
But my parents were right there in the event that if my grandfather fell,
Yes.
then we could call over to Dad. Hey, can you come over, help pick him up, the whole thing. And so they lived together there until my grandpa needed to go into, he needed to go into a rehab because of a fall, and so he had to go into rehab, not like alcohol.
Yeah.
Y'all know.
Yeah.
Old people rehab.
Old people rehab.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he was in there, and that's where he lived out the rest of his years.
Right.
He never
He
was
never
well
came back.
enough to come home.
Okay.
So my grandma has lived alone in this apartment.
For how many years?
She's been alone there for 6 or 7 years.
A while.
A while. So she's been alone there, but again, built onto my parents' house. So
Yeah.
they still have her. Mikey, of course, lives with them too.
Yeah.
So she has mom, dad, Mikey.
And you.
And then 5.5 years ago, we built a home next to my parents because they had the land. They had offered it to every other cousin, family member along the way, never us. But then one of my cousins tipped me off that there was land next to my parents' house. That why aren't we building on it? And I said, I didn't know that it existed. What are you talking about?
Oh, Jack and Mary.
And this cousin of mine, no, cousin's wife, not even cousin's wife.
Wow, the wife knew.
She knew.
Okay.
And she said, well, they offered it to us
Wow.
when we moved down here that we could build. And then I started asking all my other cousins who had been moved down from New York.
Yeah, they've all been moved down.
They all were offered it. Then I found out my parents were going to maybe make it a quadruplex and move a bunch of my aunts and uncles and cousins. I was just like, okay, so y'all knew Joshua and I had been looking for homes, looking for a place to maybe build. And my mom was like, oh, well, yeah, I mean, we have the land. I said, and then Angie finally told me that you guys have land. You bought the land next to you. And she was just like, well, yeah, everybody knows. I'm like, Mary.
You didn't know.
Mary, not everybody, because your middle child actually didn't know. The amount of people, I posted recently the picture of my sister and I singing to the
Yeah.
karaoke.
Yeah,
People said, I didn't know you had siblings.
I know.
What?
That is shocking. She has an older and a younger. Miranda is a middle child, y'all.
And
Can
it's
you
pretty
not
obvious.
Can you not tell?
I mean, my God.
It's so obvious.
It's so obvious. That really blew my mind because I'm like, my response was, oh, so I guess you're not listening to the podcast then.
Ooh.
Because we talked about it in Spare.
Yeah, we
all
sure
the
did.
recaps
Oh,
of Spare.
I mean, how many times have we mentioned all
I
of
mean,
this?
my God. So anyway,
So do you think your parents thought, maybe in the back of their mind, subconscious, I'm trying to give them an out here.
you are. You're going to give it to them.
Maybe they just thought they would never want to live next door to us.
That's exactly what my mother said.
okay.
My point being, right of refusal.
Right of refusal for sure.
Right?
Just to say, we have the land. You may not want to live next to us, but if you do, here you go.
Yeah. And instead, Joshua was like, great.
Yeah, give us the land.
Do it. Because, yes, my mom's out was, well, Joshua already has to work with us every day.
True.
We just didn't know if it'd be too much.
Okay.
And we really thought that you guys wanted to be closer to uptown or whatever. And all of that was true. But you couldn't buy anything in Sedgefield or Dilworth or any of the places we were looking.
No.
So eventually I said, yeah, then, we talked about it and everything. And we ended up building on the land. So now it goes grandma's apartment, parents' house, our house.
Yes.
So we've had these 4 generations because my kids,
Yeah.
4 generations living together. Now, Jerry is my dad's mom. A lot of people think it's my mom's mom. If you saw my mom's mom, you would see the genes are strong.
Yeah, they are strong.
So Jerry is not my mom's mom, but it's my dad's. And so, but my parents do take great care of Jerry.
And your mom is
a saint.
A saint, and your mom is giving the energy of that it is her mother.
Yeah.
And that's the nature
Yes.
of your mom.
It
And
is.
she is a
So for all the
servant.
things, yes.
And that's where you get a lot of, well, both your parents.
Yes.
That's where you get that from. And she does not hesitate to help with
To
Jerry.
jump in and do. And for all the things that she didn't, she didn't offer us the land, but she does take incredible care of my grandma.
Yeah.
And
Even when no one sees. I want to
yeah.
make this point.
Yeah, please do.
You're going to do things in your life
Mm-hmm.
that no one will ever see.
Yes.
And there is a video that has gone around for years. And have you seen it in Awaken?
I don't know.
Probably not yet, but it's a woman, and she's basically talking about the cathedrals that were built hundreds, thousands of years ago.
This doesn't sound familiar.
Okay, so they build these cathedrals, right? Some of these guys, hundreds of years it takes to build a cathedral.
Oh, yeah.
So one guy might be part of the beginning. He never gets to see it completed, right?
Oh, yeah.
But what she talks about is in some of these cathedrals, they're doing all the etching and the stonework and all of this detail. And in some of them, there's even details hidden behind a beam that no one will ever see, right? Little birds and little vines and flowers. Things hidden away, tucked away. No one will ever see it. And her point is, God sees it. God sees it.
The beauty is still there.
The beauty is still there.
Yeah.
You put in the work, and
Yep.
you've done this work to for a cathedral, you're doing it to honor God. But someone like your mother, she's doing it to honor her mother-in-law.
Yes, exactly.
And so even though other people in your family may not see
Yeah,
it, they may
yeah.
never know the extent to
Mhm.
what you all have done in the area of care for
Yeah,
Jerry.
yeah.
God sees, number
Aw.
one. But those of us that are close enough to the situation, we also see it.
Yeah, that's
and
really
it
nice of you to
is,
say.
It's inspiring.
Well, it's
and
holy. It is
It's a
holy.
holy
It's
work.
holy work, whether you're religious or not.
Yeah.
Taking care of the elderly
That's right.
in a way where they can't do for themselves anymore is holy work.
It is.
Because it's so sacrificial.
It is.
And so, again, faith-based or not,
Yeah.
it is a sacrifice.
It is.
And my mom has been so sacrificial. And especially my dad is back and forth to Lake Lure so much. He can't be there to help his mother.
Yeah.
And so my mother does take a lot of it on. And then it bumps to me because I'm right there.
Yeah.
And it's just proximity. And I get it. But it has become increasingly, and I want to be very careful with my words. But in the last, year or so, I would say the level of care has had to be ramped up and, just for safety.
Yeah.
For safety. She is going to be 97.
Yeah.
It's a very long time to live
Yes.
independently.
I mean, that's amazing.
It's amazing.
Jerry, that's amazing.
I keep trying to remind her of that.
97.
That
to have
you've
lived
gone much
independently.
longer than most people would have ever thought.
Yes.
Let's not view this as a failure. Let's view this as a win.
Yes.
And so just for her safety, it's, it had gotten to the point to where it felt risky to shower alone.
Yeah.
To, she wasn't able to cook anymore because of fire risks and
For sure.
and just things like that. And she has become a little bit more unsteady. She's, she really needs to use her walker at all times now, if not a wheelchair sometimes.
Okay.
And so, she needs help. Even something as simple as she has to take eye drops every day. But her hands are so shaky now that she can't get the eye drops in her eyes.
Yeah.
So simple things. So that means someone has to be there daily to give the eye drops multiple times a day.
Yeah.
And it got to a point to where it just needed to be more. There needed to be more care. And I know she looks great, and I know she's, she's repeating herself a lot more and things like that, which I think comes with age. But she did have a stroke 6 or 7 years ago, and it kept her from, she wasn't allowed to drive anymore. And the stroke affected her short-term memory. So her long-term is sharp. Y'all heard it you heard it on the episode. She could recall everything. I swear to God, I think she remembers being born. She can remember.
But that's why those Jerry episodes are so good, y'all, because you get to hear from someone who has lived through
so much.
Almost 100 years.
Yeah.
And seen so much change. And she remembers all of it and is able to give in such detail.
It's
amazing.
It's phenomenal because her long-term is perfect. The stroke didn't affect her long-term, but it did affect her short-term. So whether that's, did I turn the stove on?
Oh.
Did I leave the water running?
Okay.
Did I close the fridge?
Okay.
Have I eaten breakfast?
Yeah.
What did I eat?
Did I lock the door?
Yeah. Did I lock the door? Did Duke come back in from being outside?
Yeah.
Things like that. And so some of that was getting harder.
Yeah.
And we were getting to the point where it's like dressing her and putting jewelry on and all that. And could she do it? Yes. But is it as safe as it needs to be?
Here comes the train. Let's just all lean in.
And
that was it. All right. Just wanted to give the train a moment, have its moment.
Yeah. And so it just felt like it needed to be more. So you couple that with the fact. I hope it's a good sign that the train is like, toot and for Jerry.
I think it is.
Place.
I think it's tooting. It's saying, let's go on down the tracks. Clickety clack down the track into a new era. It's like Era's tour.
Yeah, it's like Era's tour, but with Jerry.
Yeah, this train, we're getting on it.
Yeah.
We're going to see Taylor Swift, and we're picking up Jerry, and we're going to a new place.
Okay. A new place in South Park. So she's... So it wasn't just that. Then it was, my mom and dad are building a new home in Lake Lure, and they'd like to spend a lot of time there or even at their current one.
Yeah.
And so when my mom wants to go away for the weekend, it's like, hey, I need somebody to can Jerry come stay with y'all for the weekend, or
Yeah.
can someone come over here and stay with her, because I don't like her to go long periods of time without being seen.
Yes.
Without just a wellness check.
Yes.
You know?
That's important.
And so that became harder and harder, just like, finding who's going to pick her up and who can she stay with and things like that. And my mom wasn't going at all to her Lake Lore house because of it. And I think that was tough. That's tough, especially as their new one gets built and they transition to maybe being up there a lot longer and for longer stretches of time.
And your parents are approaching retirement and kind of a new phase of life.
And so it was all coming to a head.
Yeah.
It was all coming to a head at the same time. And Grandma had always said, if I'm not making the call when I need to, someone has to make the call from me.
Okay.
If you guys say it's time,
Okay.
I believe you have my best interest at heart, that it's time.
That is a good family dynamic. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people do not trust their family members like that.
Does she remember saying it?
Maybe not.
Okay.
But that's a good sign, and that should make y'all feel, even if
Yes.
she doesn't fully remember,
Yeah.
y'all can know we're
Yes.
doing what she wishes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so we found this great place, went and looked at a few of them, found this great place. It feels really good. The people feel really good there.
So glad.
Really like everything. It's beautiful, great activities.
It's okay.
yeah.
So I had known that this was coming, but then you recently shared on your personal stories. Here's the facilities. Here's what it really looks like. Not just her room, but like the dining area. And I wrote, I was like, this is stunning.
It's beautiful. They did a great job on the decor.
There's like a cozy fireplace.
Yes.
It's just, I really
Didn't it feel good?
It felt good. It did not give depressing old folks home.
That's right.
Because I think a lot of us think about this, and we don't want our loved ones to go into a situation where they're forgotten
No.
and they're miserable and they're
Right.
staring at beige walls for the rest of their days.
I wasn't having that.
No.
So that's what I've been doing. You wonder what I do all day. Here's my problem. I get into these things.
Yeah, you get into projects.
I get into projects.
Yep.
Very rarely for myself.
Yeah, no.
No. That Enneagram 2 pulling through. So what happens is somebody goes, oh, I'm thinking about doing this big grand thing. And I go, I can do that.
Yeah.
And then I just do that.
Yeah.
And so when I went to take Jerry to this home to meet my aunt and uncle who were already there, who were saying like, let's go look at the place and yada, yada. And they had already agreed that this is the place that she was going to go to, but had me come and look at it. And so I went in. Nothing wrong with it, y'all, okay? It's fine. It's a studio apartment.
Yeah.
The walls were like a yellowy beige.
Okay.
And then, of course, they have to have that, plastic medical baseboard.
Yes.
You know.
It is the medical baseboard.
It's just that medical baseboard because it protects from like spills.
Yes.
And things like that.
Yes.
So I get it. The carpet is not beautiful or great. It's very thin for a reason, right? We want it to be as flat as possible. So I'm looking around, and I don't know if Grandma or someone said, what do you think of the paint color? And I was like, well, it's an absolutely not for me.
Yeah.
It's a no.
It's going to be changing.
And the girl who was in there with us, who's so sweet, was just like, I know that it's maybe not our aesthetic, but for this age group, a beigey yellow is kind of their thing.
They like
So
that.
that's what we did, and that's what we painted it. And every room looks the same. And I said, what can I do?
So they allow the changes.
They allow the changes. You cannot paint it a color that's hard to paint back over. So you
Okay.
couldn't do a maroon or a
Okay.
red or something, that's such a pain in the butt to paint over.
Yeah.
And then they said, as long as it's peel and stick. I said, peel and stick wallpaper, fine. They were like, yep, you can put peel and stick. Can I hang anything? You can hang anything.
Okay.
We'll patch the holes afterwards.
Okay, good.
And so I said, Grandma, will you let me run with this?
And she said, of course.
She said, of course. And the only thing she said is, I really love the color pale blue,
perfect.
which is nowhere in her current apartment. So that was a surprise to me.
But it's that color, it's very soothing. When you
Yes.
showed the pictures of that, very soothing.
I wanted it to feel
Yeah.
feminine.
Yes.
Because my grandma has always lived with a family, a man, and even when she were by herself in this apartment, she didn't change anything. It was all like deep, dark mahogany furniture,
Yes.
black everything.
It's like a castle. That's what Matt wants to live in, is a castle.
Well, it was giving dark,
Yeah.
masculine.
Yeah.
And I said, I want this to be a flirty,
Yeah.
what do they call 30, flirty, and thriving?
She's 30 and she's
Yeah,
thriving.
I wanted it to be super feminine, bright,
Yeah.
fresh, new.
Mhm.
And I wanted it to just feel so beautiful
Yes.
for her. And so she said pale blue. The very first thing I found was the peel and stick wallpaper with these white blossoms with these golden centers and pretty, branches. So I hung that, painted the whole room a pale blue, found a golden yellow bedspread to tie in the golden yellow of the flowers, got her a
Yes.
new recliner, new console, new nightstand, new kitchen table that bends down, but it can also flip up.
Great. Those are
So,
awesome.
yeah, it's from IKEA, so you can
like
just
a
put the
space
thing-
saver.
It's a space saver. Got a cute
Good.
2 new rattan chairs with little pillows, and then I used the same peel and stick paper on the cheap shelving in her kitchen area
Yes,
to tie
yes.
it in over there. We got her all new bath stuff, and we just made that place look so good.
Cozy,
Yeah.
inviting.
Yes, and it everything just feels fresh when you walk in. And then my Uncle Stan yesterday came in and painted all of the wood doors, everything a bright white.
He did?
He did.
Thank you, Uncle
So there's
Stan.
kind of like an off-white.
Yes.
So
I can't wait. Have you posted?
Not yet.
Okay, I'm excited to see.
So it looks great. Got new velvet curtains for her. And just
Yes,
everything
I love a
feels-
velvet curtain.
Everything feels rich, but also light.
Yes. Yes.
And,
she deserves that because she's made it
yeah.
almost 97 years.
I hope that she's every time she's walked in, she's loved it. I made
Yay.
my Aunt Erin and I made her bed yesterday. She was very particular about that. I said, "You have a lot of opinions for someone who can't make your own bed."
Yeah.
She said, "I know."
Okay.
But because I can joke with her like that.
Yes.
Ease up.
Yes.
But yeah, everything's ready to go. And today is the day. Today's move-in day. We're moving her TV over because she didn't want to be without it last night or this morning.
Okay.
So we'll move her TV over, her clothes, her toiletries. And
Tonight
she's
will
ready.
be the first night.
Tonight's the first night she's sleeping there. And several people have had a question about her dog, Duke.
Yes. Let's talk about Duke.
Let me clear this up real quick.
I do have to say, I've met Duke a couple times. I love that dog.
You do.
He's a baked potato, and I'm obsessed with him.
And that's very sweet. I'm not.
I know you're not because you're not a dog girl, and I'm not into all dogs, but I do really like Duke.
I know. And she loves Duke.
Yeah.
She loves Duke. And Duke is what's kind of kept her going all
Yeah.
this time, too,
Yeah.
is having something to take care of. It's really important. And that's why you see them in these homes. They bring in baby dolls.
Yes.
Because the people need something to take care of.
Yes.
We are bringing several of her plants.
I was
said
going
the
to say,
plants are
does
what
she
you
have any
to baby.
plants?
She does. She has very important plants.
And
for her.
I should say that room had great light.
It has great light. And
That
it
is
overlooks
very
the
important
gardens.
to get that
Yes.
sunshine. I was very happy with that.
Plants are going to go on that windowsill.
good.
So we're bringing her plants over. Those are very important as well. But Duke could come. So this place allows animals. That's why this was so
Perfect.
high on the list.
Yeah.
So you can bring your animal. But if it's a dog, you have to keep it on a leash at all times outside of your room. And you have to be the one to take it out. And you have to be able to pick up their poop.
It's going to be too much.
And what Jerry's used to right now is she
Yeah.
opens up the door on her screened-in porch. Duke lets himself out, pushes the outside door open, goes down the stairs, goes potty, and someone else picks up his poop.
Yeah, she's not bending over picking up the poop.
She
She's
really
not putting
shouldn't
him
be.
on a leash. No.
She shouldn't be bending over to do that.
No.
It could be a fall hazard. So anyway, in her will, she had always said that if she passes while Duke is still alive, that Beth and Stan would get Duke. They already have a dog. They love Duke.
Okay.
And anytime she needs someone to watch Duke, it's them anyway.
Okay.
And my Aunt Beth was there the day she got Duke. Like
Okay.
they went to the animal shelter together and picked
Aw.
out Duke.
So this is a natural
So
fit.
Duke has known Aunt Beth forever.
Great.
Loves Aunt Beth.
Okay.
She loves him. So that is where Duke is living, and he can be brought to visit.
Yeah.
Anytime.
That's really, I mean, even if she can't have him there full time, they let animals in.
Exactly.
Which is great.
They let them in. Duke will be visiting. So don't be too concerned about Duke, and don't be concerned about Grandma with Duke. She is very sad that we decided this weekend Duke would go to stay with Beth so that everything didn't happen today.
Yeah, I think that's good.
Duke being taken away,
Yeah.
moving into your new place.
First
So
night
we've
away.
been doing things in phases.
Yeah, I think that's great.
And we've been moving things over in phases and bringing her over every day to show her the updates
Okay.
and everything. Yeah. So
Okay.
she came with me yesterday to look at stuff there, and then took her back home, and she'll be again today. Today's the day.
How are y'all all feeling about this?
I think that I'm so excited for her because I actually think she'll have more freedom this way.
Okay.
She is homebound in her apartment
That's
until
true.
someone takes her out.
You're right.
Right? So this way, and we all do, and we have our days and we come and pick up and do all the things. But this way, she can say, I'm ready to go downstairs and see some people.
That's right.
And she'll go on the elevator with her walker and she'll go downstairs and see what's going on.
She can play some cards.
Yeah. Maybe start a bridge club.
I mean,
Do bingo. She said, I don't like bingo. I said, you're going to do bingo because you're going to go meet some people. That's what you're going to do.
okay. Have you seen or spoken to any of the residents?
Yes.
Like, are you getting good energy from the residents?
I am. I've introduced myself to multiple ones. One was in a wheelchair yesterday going down the hallway, and one of my things was blocking her. You know how bad I felt about that.
Yeah.
So I do not get in the way of a wheelchair user.
No, you do not.
And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. But I introduced myself. I said, my grandma Jerry is moving in tomorrow officially. She's in here right now. She poked, oh, hi.
Aww.
And so I said, she's great. You seem great. Y'all should be friends.
Okay,
and
perfect.
I hooked it up right there. Marlene, shout out to Marlene. You know who you are.
Marlene, if you're listening.
Yeah, shout out.
Oh my gosh.
So I think it's going to be great because I think she's going to find herself to have more freedom than less.
Okay.
She's been living independently with roommates.
Yeah,
This is no different.
that's true.
You have your own place, but there's someone next door.
Yes.
You have your own place, there's someone next door. But now it's more people.
Okay.
You don't have to rely on this one person. You can just walk out your door now, go downstairs, and see what's cooking.
Hang out. Go kiki.
There's a salon. There's,
Ooh.
there's an outdoor garden area. There's a screen and porch. There's a place where you can go and all y'all can watch TV together.
Aw.
There's the activity director who's there every day doing a different activity, whether it's puzzles, games. The one thing I was there for one day was trying new exotic foods. And so this woman, it was like plantains and stuff like that. So
Okay, but that is such a fun activity.
but for these people who have been like raised on a meat and potato,
yes.
to try a plantain.
I love
Or
that.
to try. So this woman
So
had
clever.
all these foods from one region.
Yeah.
And then had them try it. And if you tried it, you got to put your chip on that bingo card.
Ooh.
And then whoever had, tried the most and got to bingo first won. Like, it's so cute and clever.
It's so cute. And
Yeah.
isn't it? It's so interesting how you're a kid, you're a baby, and then you're a
Mhm.
kid,
Mhm.
and your parents are kind of guiding you, telling what to do, your teachers, everybody's helping. Then you become an adult, you're on your own for so long.
Yeah.
And then you kind of slip back into that childlike phase.
That's what's been so hard for her. She
Yeah.
finally said to
Yes.
me, the reason why this is feeling so hard is that for 80, 90, let's say 90 years,
Mm-hmm.
everybody asked her opinion
Mm-hmm.
on what to do.
Mm-hmm.
I have to make these decisions. I have to keep all the babies alive.
Mhm.
I have to tell John what to do on XYZ thing for his business.
Mhm.
I have to. And people were coming to me. What is the answer?
Yeah.
What is the answer?
As the
What is
expert.
answer? And then at some point it switches
Yeah.
and people say, we're going to tell you everything now that you have to do.
Yeah. We're telling you how it's going to be.
You're not capable of doing this. You're not. And she said
Mm.
that has been very hard for her.
Yeah.
And I understand that. That makes a ton of sense to me. So I did say, hey, everybody, this is what she said. I think it's valid. As much as I know that this is the right thing, this is why she's having a little bit of that resistance.
Yeah.
And it's just a struggle. But now I think she's just excited because it has all come together. It looks very beautiful. And, as she comes more and more frequently to
Mhm.
the living facility, I think that she's saying it's going to be okay.
It's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Everyone,
It may be great.
I mean, I hope that she honestly gets up in there and within weeks is just thriving
Me
and
too.
making new friends
Yes.
and kind of falling into a weekly rhythm and having visitors come.
Absolutely.
I'm going to be up in there. Y'all
Yeah.
know that.
Great. I can't
Um,
wait. On Puzzle Day, I really think we should go.
Oh, we should
Why not?
go. Oh my gosh.
We have IKEA bingo. We have assisted living puzzles.
I want to go there on election night.
Oh, yeah. Let's
Can you
go.
imagine?
Let's live report from the assisted living place.
Can
on
y'all
election
imagine
night.
like the crotchety old men on election night on like both sides of the
Well,
aisle?
they've lived through so much.
That's what I'm
Dang.
saying. I mean, they're going to be like, in Reagan's day.
Yeah.
Like, it would be, I think, such good
Trip.
content.
Yeah.
It's for the content, let's be honest.
And that's what it's all about. We'll make a reel about it.
Yeah.
Y'all see. But that's Jerry. And I think everybody,
Who all's going to be doing the move-in today, like the ceremonial move-in?
Well, Lissa is there right now, actually hanging all of the artwork because I tried to do that last night and I thought that I would be able to use command strips for a ton of it. And every piece I hung fell down by the time I was leaving.
No.
Except for two. Two stayed up, the rest fell. And so I think that the paint's so fresh.
Yeah.
It's
So
like,
she's over there with like a hammer and nails.
yeah. And Josh was like, no, it's got to be hammer and nails. These can't fall on your grandma's head.
That's true.
Mid-sleep. Can't live with that guilt. So, no, not on my watch.
No.
Nair.
So
But he went with me after trivia last night. We were there till 11. He was putting the recliner together for her.
Oh my gosh.
I know.
I can't wait to see the final reveal.
Yes. And so, yeah, I'm not all sure. I don't know who all's going to be there. Probably my Aunt Erin, who I've seen over the last couple days, my Aunt Lissa, probably my Aunt Beth, Mom.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know if my dad's coming in town because he's out of town. And so I don't know if he'll be back for this ceremony or not. But, yeah, we'll all be over there and just kind of busying about what's still left to do. Does anybody need to run to the store to grab this or that or whatever? But for the most part, what am I trying to say? For 2.5 straight weeks, I have been busy doing my grandmother's design, sourcing, shopping, paint. You know, I did have some help with the paint, hanging the wallpaper, building the furniture, had some help with that too, and just decor, putting it all together, cleaning, whatever. So that's what I've been up to.
That's what Miranda's been doing.
But
so
that's
mystery solved.
That's holy work.
It's holy work. And y'all never underestimate making a space beautiful.
Yeah, right.
I think
we've never underestimated it.
You and I.
Well, when we started this pod,
we did.
We
did kind of jump in with just this on a beige wall. Okay, that was
two mismatched chairs.
It was rough, but we were ready to get started.
And thank God we did. We wouldn't have hit 100,000.
Yes, I'm sure that we have by you listening to this.
Yes.
But I just think, if you're going to move into a new office space or, a new home, people are always moving into different spaces, making it beautiful, making it feel like you, whatever your vibe is. Some people like the white and the gray. Good.
Yeah.
Some people need color. It just is going to ease her transition, I think.
It absolutely will. And
and
I felt like I was getting some pushback about that. There were lots of opinions.
What? What were people saying?
Well, just kind of like, well, she has, her bed is perfectly fine or her nightstand is, and I'm like, it is. But fine doesn't work for me.
No, fine is not okay. This is a monumental, life-changing moment, and it should feel exciting, new, celebratory. This is huge.
Cobbling together.
No, we are not cobbling together. Not for Jerry.
No.
No.
Nuh-uh. She has earned. This woman is almost 97. She has money in the bank. Trust that.
Yeah.
And more coming in every month because
right.
Social Security hasn't run out for her yet.
Thank God.
And so I think I did this whole room for like $2,000 to buy all new furniture, all new decor, paint, everything. Like, to me,
100% worth it. It's so worth it.
It's nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry deserves the best. She deserves new. Not, well, we'll pull this end table and we'll pull that bed and we'll cut down the glass that's on her glass table and make it smaller.
Absolutely.
What are we doing?
Never say those words out of your mouth again.
I
will never, ever.
Well, what about these, what about the pillows? Can we, they're great. I don't have this color in this whole room. Like, I needed it to feel special.
Yes.
I needed it to feel special. She has earned it to feel special. And that's what I did.
That's it.
But
so do this for your people. And I
do it. Yes.
This is a good conversation that we're having because, and I've spoken about this before, that we are in this age of taking care of kids and starting to take care of parents.
Mm-hmm. It's the sandwich generation. That's what they call it. It's the sandwich generation.
And there's a lot on our plates and a lot on our shoulders, and the parents are getting older and they're aging. And I'm sure some of our listeners right now are like, yep. I'm in this phase right now. Now we have to get care for my dad or this or that. And it's tricky.
It is tricky.
It's tricky and it's emotional.
It's tricky.
It's tricky to rock around.
Yeah.
Said it's tricky.
I'm adding it.
So I hope that people can appreciate
yeah.
and relate, what you're saying, even for those of us that aren't there, but maybe we're right on the edge of like having to start making these decisions. And
And my mom's already making these decisions for her mom because my other grandma is still alive. My Oma is still alive.
Yes.
And she's in assisted living in upstate New York. My mom is trying to get there this weekend to
Really?
see her. So it's just a lot. Like, well, yeah, she feels like she can go.
now she feels like she can go. It's
Yeah.
pretty amazing that Bella and Lily have 2 great grandmothers.
Isn't it incredible?
2.
I know. And if Bella was a teen pregnancy, we could have 5 generations, but she's not, thank God.
She's not. They're just
Not even going there.
Yeah, they're just getting a little peck on the
Yeah,
wet still.
not even going there. But I have thought like she could have. Like we
yeah.
could have had one of those kind of 5 generation things
Absolutely.
happening because of the way that the women in my family procreated.
It's amazing.
But they were all married. I mean, all of that. But we just
Yeah.
all got married young. We all got married. My Oma, grandma, mom, sister, all of our first marriages were between 21 and 22 years old.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, Bella, you've got
Yeah, we were
3 years.
we were all young. And then we had babies right away.
What is Jerry's favorite like drink of choice? Like a
Sweet tea.
What would be? Does she like anything that's like a celebratory
A
drink?
7 and 7.
I feel like
Seagram's 7. She likes a 7, like that. What is that kind of liquor?
Yeah, it's a
Is it Seagram's?
Seagram's. What is Seagram's?
Is it a whiskey?
Maybe.
But when she orders it out, it's a 7 and 7 in a tall glass. So she wants more 7 up than 7 liquor.
Okay. I just feel like maybe today
Mm-hmm.
some glassware comes out
Mm-hmm.
or plastic,
Oh, she moved the liquor over there.
and you all do like before y'all go
Okay.
a celebratory
Yeah.
little cheers.
Yes, we
Don't
will
you
do that
think?
because we did. Don't worry, I moved the liquor over for her. It was packed up, ready to go.
It's nice that they allow that. I don't know what any of the rules are in these places.
They allow it, but it has to be put away.
okay.
So it can't just
be out. Okay.
So it has to be put away. And I was talking to my cousin Kirby this morning. She's so dear. So my Aunt Lissa has 2 daughters, Katie and Kirby, and we were very close because we grew up around the corner from each other in Charlotte. I was at their house all the time. They were at ours. And we're close in age. And so Kirby called me. She wants to get grandma some flowers to be delivered.
Yeah.
Such a gem. And we were talking about it. And she said, my dad compared it to sending your kid to moving them into college.
Yes.
And that, like,
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
oh, you know it's the right thing.
Yeah.
And you know that they're going to be so happy and so excited and have
Yeah.
so much fun.
Yeah.
Like, you still have to drive away.
I know.
So we're going to all have to drive away tonight.
I know.
And know that, like, it's the right call and it's the right decision. And that we hope she has fun. And she takes advantage of everything offered to her there. But it sucks to think about her alone. And I know she's not because, like, old man here and old man here.
Yeah.
But, man, I was fine. I promise I'm fine. I know it's a good thing.
But it's the driving away. And I think maybe what y'all think about for tonight, especially, is who's the last to leave? Is that your mom? Is it your mom and dad? Is it you? Somebody should be last to leave. I don't necessarily think it should be everybody at once.
Yeah.
And maybe that person like gets her nightgown on.
Yeah.
It like almost puts her to bed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's
I might
very
put her
much
to bed.
Yeah, put her to bed. Make it really right up until the last moment where she's tired.
Yeah.
And she's ready to just close her eyes and rest.
I'm going to put the melatonin in her 7 and 7. Please. Put her out a little. And
put her out so that it's not feeling like
bye, everybody.
bye. and she still has maybe 2 more hours until bedtime and maybe does feel alone.
Yeah.
Let it be
Yeah.
somebody stays and puts her to bed. And yes, that will still be hard on you or whoever that is, but it won't be so hard on her, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
But I think
I'm happy to. Oh, am I bleeding?
Are
Oh,
you
yeah.
bleeding?
Shocker.
But I also think
I'm not well. Look at me.
you're not well.
Good God.
But you have another big goodbye coming this year, and you know
Yeah.
that in the back of your mind that you do have that goodbye with Bella
Yep.
coming.
Yep. And I'm wearing.
And you're wearing the NC State.
You're wearing red.
I'm wearing red.
You're always red.
What's happening? So
Yeah, talking about
yeah,
that with Kirby.
feeling that.
And then, yeah, I'm already feeling that. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's okay. I am okay.
You are.
I promise I'm okay. I just needed to get that out.
But you know what? You're okay because you do let yourself feel it.
Yeah, I do.
And I've had to learn
I'm
to
a
let
feeler.
myself feel things more. And
Yeah,
it's
you
not,
even teared up. I
yeah.
saw it in your eyes.
It's not good to hold that in and to let that like sadness eat away.
Are you off all the Lexapro?
I am.
How long have you been? Months, right?
3 months.
And so how do you feel?
I feel good.
Are you feeling things more and it's like,
Yeah.
"Ugh, I could definitely go back on? Or are you feeling it in a good way?
I'm feeling feelings in a good way.
In a healthy way.
In a healthy way.
Not overwhelming.
Menopause can really screw women up.
Yeah.
And there's some staggering statistic of the amount of women that instead of being put on hormone therapy, they're put on anti-anxiety.
Yes.
And people are not getting,
you're sharing.
yes, people are not getting to the root issue, which is actually your hormones. That the issue is not your anxiety and depression. That's just a byproduct.
It's a byproduct of what else is happening inside of your body
Yes,
with
but
your
because
hormones.
doctors are so uninformed or misinformed about menopause care,
Yep.
there's
not enough research.
There's not. And so I think because I've had enough hormones, now I'm still not on enough, but I've had enough years of it now.
Yeah.
Of the HRT that it's working.
That you've been able to kind of, you could pull down on the Lexapro, go up like
totally.
this, and it's making you feel okay.
Okay enough.
Okay.
And I think Matt would say the same. Like him kind of seeing me day to day. He's
Yeah.
like, yes, now you're just in a normal emotional range for
Instead of high
and
low.
Yes.
Now you can take things more at face value.
Yes.
What needs to be panicked about, I'll panic
Yes.
about, and what doesn't, I don't.
And he actually Matt didn't want me on it at all. I think he saw
The
that
HRT or the Lexapro?
the Lexapro.
Okay.
He saw that I got to a point where it was like, why am I crying about a stool
Yeah.
in my son's closet?
Yeah.
You know, like, that's weird.
Yeah.
So he saw the need for it, but what he has said is that he feels like my true self is coming back.
Good.
The way I react to things
Mhm.
or things I think that are funny or serious or whatever. Like I'm just
Because we like spicy you.
Yeah.
We want you to be outraged.
yes, I want to be outraged,
But
like,
not about a stool.
but like the thing you posted that was like the Aries is at the
Yes.
tippy top.
Like looking for a fight.
The
Like
Aries
let's go.
is looking for a fight.
Uh-huh.
Now I don't want to fight with real people in my life,
No.
but I will fight with people on the internet.
I know.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm ready. I'm also ready to just fight with a stranger in the streets. I've said this for years. I am ready to gouge someone's eyeballs.
Yeah. If you come,
I want someone to step.
is that why you're always now with the press-ons as well? You're like, I gotta
Yeah.
be ready to gouge.
I
some
gotta be
eyeballs.
ready to gouge.
Uh-huh.
Discovery Place did a Game of Thrones exhibit years ago.
Okay.
And there's a scene in Game of Thrones where a guy gouges someone's eyes out, right?
Mhm.
So at Discovery Place, they have a mannequin head
That you can do it.
with gooey eyeballs, and it was like practice gouging.
And you can actually feel the resistance
Yes.
that there is.
It was like a human head.
It's hard, y'all.
It's hard. And so Gigi was with me, and we did it. I think I have a video where we're just pressing those eyeballs in, and it felt,
I know y'all can't wait to see that receipt.
it
If she has
felt
it,
good.
we're
Oh, I
gonna
have
zoom
it.
in.
Yeah. You
Okay.
can it's more pressure than you think, but you can do it. If you feel angry enough, you can press those eyeballs in.
I 100% know that I could
And
do
I'm
it.
at that anger,
But I just
24/7.
I just think people don't realize like what it all takes to hold it in, and
Yeah.
so there's some resistance there. The eye socket, everything.
Yes.
But I can't wait to see that video.
Yeah, it's great. Well, anyway, so you
So anyway, I'll tuck her into bed, but yeah, I won't gouge her eyeballs out.
yeah, we'll drink some liquor and go to bed.
I was just wondering if there was an update on that and how
Yeah.
you were feeling now that it's been long enough out of your system and the whole thing, and then if you're feeling good instead of
Yeah.
Because this is what I've always said, and same with the semaglutide is like you can go back on it.
Well,
Like
that's
even when
true.
I come off of it, if I'm like, wow, this move,
Yeah.
I'm really thinking all the time about food
Yeah.
again, and back to the addictive nature of my body
Yeah.
doing that sort of stuff. It's like you can go on
a
this much if
tiny,
you want to.
tiny
The part
bit.
that helps the mental, not so much the physical. I still have hunger pangs. It's not like
Yeah.
it took those all the way, but it's helping the food noise in my head to quiet down, and it doesn't tell me go eat. Go eat. Why aren't you eating? Eat more.
Yes, eat a
more.
snack.
Eat more.
Eat the pretzels.
Yeah. There's stuff in your fridge. Yeah, you took it home to go to eat tomorrow for lunch, but it's still sitting right there. It's probably still warm. Like you just packed it up. Like that was in
Sounds
my
so
head.
good.
I know. That was in my head a lot.
Whatever it is, I'm excited about it.
But like nothing's permanent, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like we do know this works for us. It worked for our bodies. If
Yeah.
we need to go back on it, then we can. It's not, it's not. I tried to tell even grandma with this move, nothing is permanent.
It's true.
Nothing is permanent. Nothing in life except for death is permanent.
That's true.
If you end up hating the pillow, I get you a new pillow.
It's true.
If you end up not liking the yellow bedspread,
even-
I get you a new bedspread.
Even this facility.
The
I mean, we
facility.
could say
Yeah.
if 6 months from now it's like this isn't working.
Yep.
These aren't my people. Something's not right. It's not permanent.
And that apartment is still there.
Things can
like,
change.
y'all, it's okay.
Yeah.
We need to be okay with the fact that we can change stuff.
Yes.
I can change things. You can change
Yes.
things. We can always go back. We can always move forward.
Yes.
We are adaptable.
Have you seen
We are pivoting.
so many people recently? I see these comments everywhere. People saying, it's not that deep. We're all just living on a rock floating in the middle of space.
Yeah. And I kind of like it. Everyone,
I like it too.
I kind of like to think about it because I do think that everyone's like, oh my gosh, everything is bad.
Everything is so
The
serious.
world is falling apart. It's so
Yes.
serious. What? And then I'm thinking, yeah, we are just on a ball floating in the middle of space,
In the middle
of
of
the galaxy.
space.
And one asteroid,
Could just take us out. I was thinking that before bed last night.
literally just take us
I
out.
literally was like, if the world stopped turning, we'd all fly off.
Yep.
If an asteroid came and just knocked us off,
Yeah.
we'd all be dead.
Yeah.
Things can collide. Why are any of us worrying about anything? And that's not to diminish our worries, but it's
Yeah.
also just like, there's been so many people living on Earth for so many years, going through so
Mhm.
many things. Like our piddly stuff.
That's why Jerry
Yeah.
cannot hear about like some of these things that people are talking
Oh.
about. She's like,
She's seen it all.
who cares?
She's
why
like,
is
I've been through the depression.
this is nothing. Like
Yeah.
people think they have it so hard right now. They think that they have it so freaking hard
No.
that you are having to invent problems.
No.
You are having to find things to be mad about because your life is so good actually that you
Yeah.
are finding things to be mad about, to be outraged about.
That's it.
And
Mm-hmm.
it happens on both sides, guys.
Mm-hmm.
It happens on both sides and it happens to everybody because we're human. But the fact that people actually have it so good that they are having to be outraged about things
Yes.
that they probably really shouldn't be.
Yeah.
That's
what
tells
Amer-
you how good it is.
Yes.
And Jerry, meanwhile, sends all the boys to war, has to start
Mm.
going into the streets to find metal
Mm.
and is taking over all their jobs and everything and is listening on the radio to like, this is war.
This is war.
And your boyfriend, your husband, your sister's, new guy, they're gone. And you are just swooping in and saying, what can we do? We're making bullets. We're making clothing. We're doing this. And your whole life changes like this. And yet people are here like, well, I just don't know if I can handle this kind of change. It's like, we just need to have some freaking perspective.
This is American culture, though.
Yeah.
Is to say,
We have it. We have it.
I
too
want
good.
to. I want to feel relevant. So let me create problems that really are not problems.
Yeah.
And if we would stop being so self-focused and maybe look outward, we could solve some problems that
Yeah.
are actually real.
Agree.
Oh.
100%. Should we end that on that super positive note?
Every time.
Yeah, gouging eyeballs and get your freaking perspective. But no, I think that it's what we're still trying to come back to a good thing.
Yeah.
Like the good thing is, do you mostly have it good? Take some stock of that.
Yes.
Check it off.
That's
Think
right.
about it. Be grateful for it because there's a lot of people going through some big changes. We never know what a person's going through.
That's it.
But a lot of people are going through some big changes, some hard things. Show some
Mhm.
damn grace to them.
Yes.
And remember that if you are having to convince yourself to be outraged about things or seek them out, then you've got it really damn good.
Yeah.
And let's not overlook that.
That's it. If you woke
Let's
up
not.
today and you're listening to this, life is good.
Life is good.
Life is good.
It's good despite crying already.
yeah.
It's good.
Well, life is good because you get to listen to this amazing podcast.
And we've hit 100,000. I'm saying it.
We have.
We're claiming it.
We're claiming it.
Yeah, because
right
it will.
now, today, on this day,
Yeah.
whatever this day is.
Of the Lord. Year of
I
the Lord.
can't do the math. My brain is fried.
If it's
I have edited so many of these podcasts.
I know. And the
I-
fact that you still a lot of times know the dates that they're coming out is bonkers to me. I don't.
Happy February, everybody, by the way.
Oh, yeah, it is February. I had so many things I was going to do in January. I lost them
Well,
all.
You
I lost them all, but I was busy.
you
And
were
y'all know-
busy, and
y'all
now we
I
know what
was.
she was doing.
But this is
and-
me about everything. This is me about everything. There was something occupying this time and that time and that time. Y'all, what I'm doing every day is going to be left a mystery. Because I don't like to share with people where I am all the time.
You don't.
And we'll go into that
I
on our
wanna
Never
know.
Have I Ever.
I'll text her, and I don't hear back for 3 hours.
Mhm.
And I'm going, where is you?
Mm-hmm.
Where is you, Miranda?
Where in the world is
Miranda
Miranda
Catherine Miller?
You never know. To be continued.